Hello, darlings. I am Cassandra George Sturgis. Welcome to my channel, Authentic Beauty Handmade Dolls and Crafts. In this video, I am going to interview Demeter. Yes, Demeter, creator of the universe, Jesus' father, the Jungle Beauty Goddess's dad, the creator of the galaxies and the planets. Yes, this is Demeter. I made this Demeter. His name is a combination of dark energy and dark matter. I made him about 7 years ago, and he is the father of the Jungle Beauty Goddesses. Demeter stands over 7 feet tall. He is anatomically correct. Everything I make is anatomically correct because I am anatomically correct, and I find it to be very immature to make a sculpture of this magnitude and not make him correct. And my life-size Jesus, every doll that you see that I've made, there's a 90% chance that it is anatomically correct. So I have some questions for Demeter that I'm going to share with you today. Now, when I talked to Demeter about coming on my channel, he said, look, a lot of people are going to think you're crazy. I said, well, check. People already think I'm crazy. And a lot of people are going to be upset with you and very angry with some of the answers that I'm going to give. And I said, you know what? That's okay. So, one of the first questions I have for Demeter is God real? So, Demeter's response is that the question is not whether God is real or not, because when you ask a question about whether something exists, you already know it exists on some realm of reality, some dimension, or some vibrational frequency, because you wouldn't be able to ask the question if the thing that you're asking about did not exist. So he said to me, try to think of something that doesn't exist. Right. If you can't think of it, I know this sounds insane. I'm like, okay, Demeter. He said, you cannot come up with a concept or form the words for something that does not exist. There are many things in the world that exist that you know nothing about, and because you know nothing about it, because you have never seen it, it does not mean that it doesn't exist. So Demeter says the question is not whether God exists. The question you should be asking is, who is God? And who defined God? And what are the characteristics? And what proof do they have as to whether or not such a being exists? And if so, if this being does exist, how does it impact your life? How does it benefit you? How is it helping you? So if you think of a zebra or a mermaid or a unicorn, now maybe those things, you may not have seen a real unicorn, but you have seen a unicorn in a picture, so you cannot say that a unicorn doesn't exist. And just because it doesn't exist in this particular realm or this particular dimension, it has existed somewhere, otherwise you would not know what it is. So basically, Demeter's position is that something doesn't need your approval, your validation, or you to believe in it for it to exist. So the question is not whether God exists or whether God is real. The question to you should be, how does this impact my life? Why does this matter to me? And what am I, who is defining this? What does this being, these are like the questions should be more in depth. So he said, what type of God are you referring to? When somebody say, does God exist? You say, is it a goddess? Is it a male or female? Or maybe it's not a male or female at all. Maybe it is a sophisticated computer system. You should ask real questions. Whose definition of God? Who provided you with this information? And what proof of validation do you need to believe that this being actually exists that resonates with your truth? One of the things that Demeter was saying to me is that when people start asking questions like, does God exist? He said, even if there was proof, if you don't believe in something, it doesn't matter, because you'll say, well, I can make a storm like that. I could do that. Oh no, so he's saying that if you don't believe in something, there is nothing that anyone can do to make you believe in it. If a God dropped out of the sky, you still wouldn't believe it. So those are not the questions that are going to help you evolve or help you change your life. Do they live a life that? So he was saying also, Demeter was telling me that when a person tell you, say that, there's a God, and they've defined God and how you should believe in God and how you should resonate with God, how you should practice your spirituality. He said, look at the person's agenda who first told you about God. Where did you read it? What are these documents? What was their agenda? And the people who defined this God for you, he said, does that person have a life that you want to emulate? So the people who told you about God and the people who first introduced this concept, are they people that you envy? Are they people who have a lifestyle that you want to emulate? Are they people that you trust? He said these are the type of questions that you should be asking. And the reason we should focus on asking more questions is because Demeter says the answer is always in the question. So Demeter is saying, if you are able to ask the question, know that whatever it is, it already exists because you uttered the words. But ask yourself, how does it apply to you? How does it affect your life? How does it affect the world that you live in and the people that you love? Asking whether something is real is futile, because even if it exists and you don't believe it, it doesn't exist for you. So if you believe that it exists, ask yourself, what do you need from it to have a better life? And does it help you evolve or to be a better person? I know there's a doll inside of you who is just dying to come to life, but only you can breathe life into him. Thank you so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.